Hello everybody, and welcome to my channel. My name is Marlies, and today I have a little flip through for you, and it is all about this little Christmas journal that I created for the Tim Holtz Christmas Ideology release of this year 2023. So first of all, let's take a closer look at the cover of this journal. So here we have the little Christmas tree. I have put on some grit paste, some mica flakes, and I have put in some Christmas decoration, a little bit in a red tone and a pearly with rock candy kind of white color. In the back you can see the deer, a little piece of paper right next to this piece of string. I have made a little scenery right next to the Christmas tree. I have some candy. Also, I sugared it up with a little bit of rock candy. You know, the new pine cones. Made it a little bit more white, so it looks like there is a little bit of snow on top of there. And then we have pieces of the wood slices from Tim Holtz. Also with some grit paste on top, it looks like a little bit of snow, and it's all on a little bed of moss. Here is a close-up. So I needed something where I could build this little scenery on top of. I came out with a little matchbox. And in the matchbox I have some little labels, some Christmas labels. And those little hangy thingies over here. Also cute is a little bell on top. And of course also with little pieces of scraps you can make the nicest and cutest little cards and collages. A little bell on the piece of string, and I have made another one also with the quote over here, some pieces of tape and Christmas remnant drops. So yeah, never throw away your scraps and make those little tiny cute cards. Yeah, you always have something for maybe on a present or in your journal or on the spine of a journal. Many possibilities. Then the matchbox itself, in the cover I have cut out this circle shape and did put a little 25 number on top and decorated it with some of the, you know, those Christmas branches and this little Christmas adornment. And the Christmas adornment is a little bit of foundry wax, the statue color. I paint those little dots a little bit in a red color, the lumberjack plaid, and a little bit of a crayon to make it look a little bit older. What I love about this cover is that the tag is removable, so I will gently slide it up and I will put it to the side. And then you will have just an empty pocket, but that is totally fine. You can store away any of your tags or Christmas journal cards, maybe a family picture, so you have some room to store your own papers. Then on the side I have a very easy closure, a piece of string and a piece of baker's twine, and on there is a little hangly dangly thingy, the season of magic, a quote, a little bell, and over here a little label with a piece of ephemera, the Christmas ephemera, 2 for 25, and underneath you can see a piece of Christmas design tape. So this piece of the closure is just around an eyelet, and in the back I made a similar thing, a strip of paper, an eyelet in there, and also the other piece of the closure. Okay, ready to open it up. There we go. So this is the first view that you can take a look at. I made a collage on this page And why a collage? Well, this cannot be too big, too fat, too chunky, because otherwise your front page will never close. So this is a flat collage, as flat as possible. Love the Man the Paper Portrait Doll. I kept it all a bit in some neutral colors. And then on top I worked with some reds and some greens to keep it in the Christmas vibes. Then on this side I have like a matchbook closure, so you can pick this up like this and pull it down. I will put it like this so you can see the whole thing. So I love those big numbers, 25, they are cute on top of a page or like on top of a tag or a sticking out piece, which will catch your eyes. So I love that piece. So for the inside I made a kind of journal card where you can journal or put a picture, a Christmas picture in, maybe an old recipe or something else that you like, a good memory. And I decorated in the same style. I also used same materials again and again. So this piece of design tape, because I love the black, the contrast, that is also the reason that I have cut out these numbers, 24. The pops of red out of the ephemera pack. Love this candy stick. And this is just a little cute element. I have glued the tag down, but only, you know, the outlines. So this is still open and is a little pocket with a cute little stamp inside. Then on the bottom, the pointy finger. Oh boy, I love the pointy fingers. We could use a whole bag of those. And I finished it off with some pops of red, so this little star and a little word confectionery. For the piece that flips out like this, I have used one of the older Christmas cards, journaling cards from Tim. It was the perfect size. It has a nice coverage of colors and papers and everything. And on the inside I had some room to do like a journaling spot, or what I have done here with a remnant drop, it says Christmas list, so maybe you can put some ideas on top of the cards and save it and keep it safe in your little journal. Also, what I repeated throughout this whole journal is the tape, the Christmas design tape. I love the black because, like I said before, I love the contrast, and black is a good color to do so. That is why I love this tape and also the remnant rubs, or for example these little numbers. Now let me show you the front a little bit more up close. So we have a little paper doll over here. In the package it is this little girl and her sister, I think, but of course if you like one of them or you only have place for one of them, then just cut them in half and use the one that you like. On top of the girl there is a layer of frosted crystal, nice snowy, well, frozen effect, I would say. Here you can see a piece of those transparencies that you can use behind a door or a window or something like that in those frames. But do not forget there are multiple ways to use these, and I have cut them like this into a strip and used it underneath my collage just to give it a little bit of extra. Again, the remnant rubs, a pop of more of contrast because of the black, which I really like. Okay, let's go to the middle page. Quite simple. I needed this piece to be more flat because of course, you know, those bulky things, they all have to be folded to the inside. So I have chosen for one of those frames, used one of the pictures out of the layers pack, a little label out of the ephemera pack, a little star, so it's a little bit also repetitive. I have multiple stars throughout this journal. just a piece of leftover paper that I've glued down, and again some remnant rubs. And inside you could use this as a tag or maybe as a bookmark, as you wish. And I have created this again in a same manner, as in a same way that I did before. So we have like those neutral colors in the back, and on top of that I have used some red tones, so this ruler and like the confectionery word, and I topped it off with like again the design tape repetitively. Again, the pointy finger, I mean, you could use those all day long. A little collage underneath, and yeah. And how cute is the dog? I mean, I am a dog lover, so look at him. For the top, I have made a little piece where you can hold on to, and it is more easy to slide this piece of paper in and out of the pocket. And one of the things that I do is I take a look at my ephemera pieces, but I am not always using the whole piece. For example, the top, it's just a little cut off, so you will have it on this side, but when I turn it, I had a little piece again cut off, and yeah, then you have this side. And everything that I had left over, even it was like a small piece of music sheet paper, or maybe I have cut off this strip, I put it always to the side and make those little tags and labels for, yeah, in my journal or as a gift. Let's go to the right side. You can see I have like a fold out, yeah, it's like a flap, a fold out flap. So let's put it to the side, and this is the total view that we have. I have a little journal over here just bound with some wax thread, a little quote on there. On top I have used some pieces out of the ephemera pack to make a little collage. Again, a piece of tape, also again a piece of those transparencies, just a little bit of see-through, the remnant rubs on top. And this little journal is blank because, yeah, it is for writing about your holidays, Christmas, memories, pictures, recipes, little notes that you have from your children or grandchildren, maybe a small drawing. Yeah, you can fill it up the way that you like. So for this side, I worked in the same colors, neutrals in the background. I started out, this is just one strip of paper and a fold over here. So the strip of paper could go like this. And what I did is I glued some pieces of ephemera on top of this strip. And those pieces of ephemera have different sizes. And I have worked on both sides because of course we have this side, but when we flip it, we also have this side. So you have to think about how to decorate both sides in the same time. And it means you have to flip and flip back and forth just to see where you have to cover some things or not. Also, a nice thing about working that way is that you can also create pockets. So over here I have a pocket with some little tickets inside. I will get them out so you will get the idea. It is like this. And yeah, the base is a tag that was glued on this side and covered on this side with the Christmas word, and you have an instant pocket. Then on top of my neutral layers I have been building some extra layers. The transparent paper is over here, a little bit of like a little banner on top. Just staple it down. Remnant rubs, labels, stars. One of the quotes, it's a wonderful life. A little label over here. Both labels are in green tones to keep it in a similar style. And I also had some leftover pieces of paper that I've put down here and on top of there. Also on the top here is a leftover piece of paper, so it was just a little strip, but yeah, do not throw it away. I mean, it's like an extra layer that you can use, and a little bit of red, yeah, you know, repeatedly those colors. So yeah, use those scraps. Let's take a closer look on the other side. Yeah, when the light hits the transparencies, you can see that's also a nice effect. I will wiggle it a little bit around. Yeah, like I said, this was a strip of paper. I've put some neutral colors on top. A tag, this is a little bit of a smaller tag, and this is a little bit of a bigger tag. Again, I only glued the outlines of this tag, so this is still a little pocket with some little pieces of ephemera, a cute little detail. Again, this was the back of this piece of paper, and of course you can just cover it with paper or maybe some design tape. I did use some design tape, but also added this strip of paper on top, only glued the outlines, and you have an extra pocket for some little pieces of ephemera. The Christmas quote, Peace on Earth, and I also love those big black 25 numbers. I've scratched them a little bit, you know, sanding it with some sanding paper, a little bit of ink on it. The girl, same method as I did with this little girl and also the doggy. Some frosted crystal is on top. You will get a little bit more of a matte effect, and a little bit of a frozen frosted effect, which I really like. A little bit of staining with some vintage photo distress ink. I will put it back together like so. And last but not least, I have made a little quote on the side of the journal, on the spine. We wish you a Merry Christmas. Of course, also for me to you, a very Merry Christmas. I did some foundry wax on top of this quote, the statue color, and I had a little bit of red paint left, which I dabbed on my finger and just dabbed it like this on top of the quote. On top of that, I have used just a dark brown crayon. If I remember correctly, it is gathered twigs. So just rubbing it in, smearing it out, and yeah, this is what you will have. So this was my video for you today. I hope you liked this little flip through and my explanation about materials and choices and colors. Yeah, when you have any questions, just pop them down below in the comment section and I will try to answer them for you. And besides that, if you are interested in me or other work that I have created, go check out my links in my description box. Now everything has been said. I wish you a very well and nice day. Thank you for watching. Bye!